Hello, Dave Dog here, Season 7, Episode 3 of our Road to Glory save with Bradford Park Avenue. Season 7, it looks like it's going to be Lucky 7. Let's have a look how we've been doing since our last episode when we won 2-0 away at newly promoted Evesham. We went then to Chorley away and it was a 1-0 narrow win. Goal from Tate Trusty on 52 minutes. Let's have a look at the further details of that one. A pretty even game, as you can see by the XG, 0.37 to them, 0.56 to us. Very few shots on target. They had more of the play, well, more of the attacking play. Anyway, 13 shots to our 7. A pretty lucky win, really. 3 yellow cards for each side. One of those that could have gone either way. Good performances all round, more or less. Just Stead at 6.4, Ngoy at 6.4, Jones coming in at right back 6.5. Those were the 3 players that weren't quite up to scratch, but everybody else very good. And Trusty 7.5 and Macaulay 7.5. But Ferguson, the man of the match, with 7.7. On to the next one. The FA Cup second qualifying round at home to Liversedge. This was a tougher game than we expected. We rotated the team a little bit. Barber came in goal. Costello played left centre back and Sams was given a rest. Beckwith came in on the left, played quite well. Hinchy was our defensive midfielder. Williams coming into Hinch's position, further advanced. Then we had Ngoy returning on the right. Toho again playing well, given his chance in that number 10 role. Brooksby not so good on the left. New signing, under 21 international, Salberg playing up front, did okay. Ngoy opened the scoring in the first minute. Ball from Toho. They then equalised on 15 minutes. It was quite a struggle, really. We only scored 5 minutes from the end. Porritt on as a sub made it 2-1, and a poor showing really against Liversedge. As you can see from the XG, both teams getting 1.15, 3 shots on target to us, 4 to them. Although the play and highlights suggested we were on top, the stats say not so much, and we struggled to get through to the next round of the FA Cup. Maybe making so many changes affected that. First of all, we had Darlington. They're flying high in the top 7, and again a narrow win. The winning goal coming just after half time. Trusty has been in good form recently, and Salberg was the assister, playing on the wing this time. He is a real talent, one who's going to be a good player for us. Trusty, the man of the match, with 8.1 and the winning goal. Again, we rotated the team, which we are doing this season. Ferguson didn't play well at left back, and Beckwith came on and played better with a 7. Performances are middling, not really stringing it together for 90 minutes, scraping through games. So a 1-0 win against Darlington, as I say, it was a good result, although not playing fantastically. So the next one was the third qualifying round of the FA Cup. We played Bromsgrove at home, learned a little from the previous round on this one and played a stronger team, and we were rewarded with a 5-1 win. Stead coming in and playing on the wing, scored the first one. Salberg playing up front, as you can see, his mark 10 out of 10. This guy, as I've said, is going to be good, and he was good in this game. Harding on 42. Salberg then scored his first goal for the club just before half time. Stead with the assist, though still linking up very well. Just after half time, Bromsgrove got one back. Toho and Williams made it 5-1 in the end, and Salberg with a couple of assists in the second half. 3 assists and 1 goal for Salberg. Fantastic performance, and the young players are coming through. Salberg, Toho, they're playing well as 10. Harding playing in the defensive midfield role, giving Fielding a rest. Just Beckwith at 6.4, not playing so well in this game. So we were into the 4th qualifying round of the FA Cup. But first of all, a big game against Scunthorpe. Scunthorpe were on a good unbeaten run, but so are we. This match was the Tate Trusty show. This is a game where we played really well. Not much in the stats. They had more shots. We both had 6 on target. We narrowly won the XG. They opened the scoring after having a goal disallowed earlier through Young on 26, and then Trusty with a 5-minute hat-trick, 29, 30 and 34, settled the game. What a performance it was. There were some good goals in there. Let's show you one of them. So Hinchy plays it to Trusty, picks it up on the halfway line, running all the defence, and what a shot that was. Blasted it in from the edge of the area. Already a contender for the goal of the season. Brooksby coming in playing on the left side and Lovick switching to the right on this one as Ngoy had picked up an injury again. But Trusty 9.8, I don't know how he didn't get 10. And Donaghy playing well up front. Not so good in the defence. Aina 6.6, Sheridan 6.6, Ferguson 6.2. The forwards certainly did it in this game. If we could get both of them playing well together, the forwards and the defenders, we would be winning games easily. Although I'll settle for winning games when we're not firing 100%. So the next one was the FA Cup 4th qualifying round, and we were given a tough tie. A very tough tie away to Notts County. Unbeaten in the National League, sitting second, and we were unbeaten in the National League North. They were far stronger than us, as in real life. Notts County are pretty good on Football Manager, and we went behind on 2 minutes. Wood further behind 14 minutes with May, and we sort of settled things out then, but we were never really in the game. We had 1 shot on target and 0.15 XG. Can't really complain about this game, and our first loss of the season to a much stronger team. The left wing back Kelly Capriani, he played really well for them. If you look at the greens on their marks, most of the team played well, so we were up against it. We'd have had to play well to get anything, but we didn't at all, and nobody in green for us. Sam's being the best player at 6.9. We played a different system. We played a back 3 with a defensive midfielder, but it didn't quite work out. We soon changed that after the first 2 goals. We went back to a back 4. Maybe a wrong tactical decision. That ended our FA Cup interest for this season. Crowd 7,000, so we got a good payday out of that. Probably better than if we'd have played at home in the first round against a league team. We then had a real match against last season's playoff victors against us, AFC Telford, and what a game this was. Look at those yellow cards for them, and a sending off on 18 minutes, although we didn't win this as comfortably as we should have done. 6 yellow cards and 1 red for them. Salberg picking up a single yellow card for us. But look at that, we really dominated. 19 shots and 9 on target, and they managed to score 4 goals from 6 shots on target and only 0.84. So every shot they hit from outside the box went in. We got revenge on Telford for them knocking us out of the playoffs last year. We quickly went 2-0 up. Goals from Salberg and Ngoy on 4 and 8 minutes. Then Hazeman was sent off on 18 minutes. They pull one back on 32 minutes. A spate of yellow cards then, so 2-1 to us at half time. The half time team talk, I said, let's not try and think it's easy because they've got 10 men, and we increased the lead on 69 minutes from Donaghy to make it 3-1. They quickly pulled 2 goals back, as I was saying, cracking shots from outside the box. 75 and 78 minutes made it 3-3. But in the end, the extra man told, and Trusty and Salberg made it 5-3, and Casey had the final say to reduce the deficit to 5-4, but a 9-goal thriller as it was put in the media reports. You've just got to hold your hands up and say Telford battled away with their 10 men and hit some really good shots. I call it a 6.3, the man suffering with the marks on that. Donaghy came on and played well with a goal and an assist, but it was Ngoy, the man of the match, with 10, with 1 goal and 3 assists. That got him the Player of the Week award. To add to Trusty's, when he got his hat-trick, he got the Player of the Week award. The next one was Banbury away. 1 goal settled it. Trusty opened the scoring on 7 minutes from a fielding through ball. They then missed a penalty on 11 minutes. I say missed a penalty. Macaulay actually saved it. We actually saw a keeper save a penalty. That doesn't happen very often. Again, yellow cards galore for the opposition. That's the only way they can stop us. 18 shots, 6 on target for them, and you can see why Macaulay was the man of the match. He kept us in the game here after Trusty's early goal, and another fortunate away performance. That's what you get with confidence, and defenders all playing well apart from Shering. So we're building up quite a run here. We'd had 8 consecutive league wins. Defenders in the main, apart from the Telford and Notts County games, keeping the opposition out. And this next one was Kidderminster at home. Not a bad side. I think they were 5th or 6th in the league. and it was a stalemate, 0-0. Only one shot on target from each side. Kidderminster, you could say, with a better side on the XG. We again had a good defensive performance. Macaulay with 7.4, again the man of the match. Fielding running him close, also 7.4, and the central defensive partnership of Sams and Aina again coming good. Poor marks again for Shering and Lovick, and Ngoy not playing well in this one either. Harding came on for Shering and did a little bit better at 6.7. Donaghy not so good at 6.5. Salberg 6.7. He's not doing too bad in that central attacking role. He is actually winning some headers. Those balls that used to be going straight to defenders and coming back are now sticking a little bit. Just the thing about going back in Sims, there's no Sims reunion. He turned us down. We agreed loan conditions with Crawley, but Sims said, no, sorry, I'm not coming back. We're still looking for a forward, although Salberg and Donaghy have been sharing the load up there and not been doing too bad at all. Another home draw, so that's 3 times we've drawn at home. We come into today's game away to Lowestoft. Let's have a look where we are in the table then. I think you probably can guess. And we are top by 6 points with a game in hand. 11 wins, 3 draws, 14 goal difference, 36 points from 14 games. I'm over the moon. I can't understand. It's the old thing. Confidence breeds confidence, and we're getting wins when we probably would have got beat before. But if you look at the teams up at the top there, we beat Darlington, we beat Matlock, we beat Telford, we beat Scarborough. All the teams around us. We haven't played Fylde yet or Chester. So it's looking good. As long as squad stays fit, which we are at the moment, we're just having 1 or 2 niggles. We are the top scorers in the division. Things are looking very, very good. Long may it continue. So if we just look at today's opposition then before we look at the team, they are doing better than expected. They're sitting in 13th place, 5 wins, 5 draws, only 4 defeats, and 20 points from 14 games. And very good for a newly promoted team. I was doing some comparisons between the two teams when I was looking at the form and scouting stats for them, just to prove we're overachieving with what we've got. We've got an average wage of £190. Lowestoft, newly promoted, have an average wage of £250, so £60 on average more than us. The players that we've got in our squads, their average transfer value is 35,000. Ours is 7,000, so at 1/5 of their player transfer value. Even against a newly promoted team, we have less resources, but our players have played together now for a number of games and are starting to gel and show that competitive spirit that I put into them. Yes, you always get the press conferences coming in and saying, why are you playing this way? Is this how you want to play? Yes, of course it is. I don't play long ball, do I? Because I don't want some really stupid press conference. I give most of them over to Gianluca having now the press conferences, especially if we don't play so well after the game. Anyway, let's have a look how we're lining up today. Here is today's team. We make 4 changes with Tuesday's game against Kings Lynn in mind, slightly rotating. Shering's played for his poor form, and Harding comes in to replace him at right back. Defence otherwise stays the same, with Aina and Sams and Beckwith at left back. Hinchy and Fielding the pairing in midfield, and up front we make 3 changes. Stead comes in on the right for Ngoy. Donaghy moves to his preferred pressing forward role instead of Salberg, and Brooksby comes in the left for the rested skipper Lovick. Again, he's not been in good form recently. So on the bench, Ferguson just returned from a slight injury. Shering Williams is always on the bench. Toho and Porritt, the youngsters, make up the 5 substitutes. So let's go into this game against newly promoted Lowestoft, sitting in mid-table. The first thing we noticed in the pre-match team talk is that Macaulay Brooksby's looking nervous. So let's do the team talk. Let's go with what Gianluca having to say. Pump face, we're doing well, we're on a good run. Let's keep that run going, shall we? That's had no effect whatsoever. Let's deal with the Macaulay Brooksby. there's no pressure on you today. That's not made any difference. Just do a midfielder's pump fist, expecting you to take control of midfield out there, and that's motivated Stead and Trusty. So let's get into the game and see how Lowestoft line up with the old style 4-4-2 formation, and we know we are going with our normal 4-2-3-1. So let's kick off, skip the formalities. We're coming as favourites for this game, expectedly being top of the league. We are 11-10, Lowestoft 9-4. Callum Stead suffered a damaged heel, but he should be able to play through it. No, we ignore that one. Nothing much happening, but Lowestoft have got the momentum. We're not doing anything at all. Let's have a shout and encourage. Trusty may have such a twisted knee. We're getting a few injuries here. Stead with the injury sign. Lake picks this one up. We're into the 30th minute. Fires a shot wide. Brilliant by Lake, but well wide that shot. Let's have a look at these injuries. Let's have a look at Trusty. Take Trusty off. I don't want to break him. He could be needed for the Kings Lynn game. So let's bring Toho on for Trusty. So just one change then. We don't want to take any chances with Trusty. Get to half time. We've not had a single shot, although we've had 57% possession. We've had a corner. I don't understand how you can't have any shots but get a corner. Must have been given to us by Lowestoft, but here we are just before half time. It's a throw in from Lowestoft. Salmon crosses in, and Lake, in added time of the first half, heads in, and we go behind just before half time. The home side, and Lake having acres of space there. Let's have a look at this one again. Tonks with a throw in. We should have won that one. We did. Headed it straight back to them. Who's that? Who's that there? Can't see. Was it Harding? But we're going at half time 1-0. We've got to do better than that. We've had one shot to their 5. So dressing room, and I'm not angry, I'm just disappointed with you. We're not going to win if we don't shoot. It's been really disappointing to watch. I'm going to go with that one. Point the finger, and that has worked. Brooksby is still apprehensive. Donaghy is 6.3. Basically we need to up this. Let's go into the attackers. Point the finger. I need you to step up and show everyone why we're expected to win this game. That seems to have done a little bit of good. So let's start the second half then. They've made a sub. The goal scorer has gone off, and Overton has come on. So he must have injured himself scoring that goal. And just news, we did get 2 awards for the month of October. I got the manager of the month, and Tate Trusty was the player of the month, and the board, and particularly Peter Crouch, very praising of myself, which I said no, it's okay, it's the players. Tom Sam's just about given everything. Right, let's have a look then. He's poor, and Harding's got 6.5, Beckwith 6.5. Brooksby is not doing anything on the left. Who can we play out there? Stead. Let's move Stead to the left. He's a right footer. He's at best as an inverted winger. Let's make him an inside forward. Let's get him joining the attack. So we really need to go for this now. We're going to go positive. We're going to get Donaghy on the right. He doesn't want to play there. He wants to play as a striker, but he usually plays good as a winger. He's going on attack as well. And we're going to bring Porritt on up front as a poacher. He usually scores when he comes on, so that's 2 of our substitutions. Inch is not playing fantastic at 6.6, but let's leave it at that for now and see if we can get back in this game. We've had a little bit of momentum, so we're getting back into it, but still only 2 shots. We've had not troubled their keeper at all, and the rain comes down now just to make things worse. And it skips past Sam's there. Is this going to be doubling of the lead? He hits the bar, and a block from Harding there from the follow-up shot, and it's a corner with 6+ minutes to go. It's Tonks with the set piece. There's our supporters on the touchline there, braving this rain in the shirt sleeves, getting wet through. Nobody else in the ground by the looks of it, and Sam's heads that one clear, but still on the ball is Tonks. Fielding plays it away. We've got nobody up there, and that's the end of that. Not long left. We've not had anything on target. We're going to go attacking, and we're going to shout and fire up. Can we make another change? Donaghy is 6.3. He's not playing well. Stead 6.5. Nobody's playing well apart from Sams and Aina keeping the score down. And Donaghy 6.3. Who else is there to come on? Williams. Yeah, let's bring Williams on for Donaghy and play him there. And he wants to be a central midfielder on attack. Let's move Stead up front and Toho behind. Stead as a pressing forward on attack. Gone 2 up front. Not long left now, and it's a very central lineup as we go into the last few minutes. It looks like we're going to go down to our first league defeat of the season. Nothing on target. How bad is that? And yes, as the rain comes down, we've lost 1-0 to newly promoted Lowestoft, and very poor performance. Nothing on target. Not that they did that much better, but that unopposed header at the far post by Lake just before half time gets them the win. Sams and Ain are playing well, but nobody else showing up. Fielding at 6.8, can excuse him, but a very lacklustre performance, especially attacking wise. And as it always happens, you go down when you're expected to win. But Lowestoft are punching above their weight. Get into the dressing room. We weren't good enough. It's simple as that. We must improve. Point finger. And that's inspired everybody. But let's see where we are in the league after that. Disappointing 1-0 defeat. Lowestoft moved to just outside the playoffs. Certainly doing better than expected. So we are 6 points clear at the top from Matlock. Matlock drawing 0-0 at Kettering. Could have been worse. Chester have got 2 games in hand and are 8 points behind. So our lead could be cut to 2 if they win them 2. So our first defeat of the season in the league. Fylde are doing well. We'll do for another away game on the 2nd of December against Fylde. We're going to come back for that one. Hopefully we can get over this disappointing defeat at Lowestoft. We've got Kings Lynn at home on Tuesday, Kettering away and Peterborough at home, plus an FA Trophy second round game. We're still in the market for a central midfielder just to create more chances, as in the last 2 games we haven't scored, and we only scored 1 in the previous game. After that 5 against Telford, we didn't score against Notts County. So that is where, although we were the top scorers in the league, that is where we're having the problems. Scoring goals. Players not really consistent. Trusty is really a winger. He is our top scorer. We look at goals. 10. We go down to 3 for Solberg, Toho, Donaghy. So nobody really other than Trusty scoring regular. So we come back then for Fylde away on the 2nd of December. Hope you've enjoyed this. If you have, please leave a like. As I said before previously, comments always welcome. Thank you for everybody that's commented and subscribed recently. Hope to see you again next time. For now, this is Dave Dog. Bye.